There's nothing like a little dessert with a sweet apple wine. I love this apple dessert wine. It has just a really bold flavor about it, and it's really mellowed in the barrel. So we're going to make a simple apple dumpling. I love apple dumplings. This was one of my favorite desserts when I was growing up as a kid. I wasn't a big apple pie eater, but I loved my apple dumplings. So we're going to make a simple apple dumpling, and I'm going to start off with about 1.5 cups of whole old-fashioned oatmeal. So in my bowl, I have my oatmeal, and I just want to take about 1/4 cup packed brown sugar. Let's just mix that through. So we're making a nice, sweet, simple middle for our apple dumpling. This gives a little texture. It also gives a little flavor. And of course, it packs in that extra nutrition. All right, a teaspoon of cinnamon. I like to blend through all of these dry ingredients before I put in my butter, because if I put the butter in first or with this clump of cinnamon, I'll have a whole chunk of cinnamon in one spot or a chunk of the sugar in one spot. But if I mix through the dry ingredients first, it works great. Now I've got 2 tablespoons of really soft butter. I just let this sit out overnight, nice and soft. Oh, excellent. And you can just kind of cream that right through. It's perfect. Now, a lot of apple dumplings, if they use oatmeal, they'll also have flour in them. You can put in a little flour if you prefer. I actually like mine without flour. I don't mind if the oatmeal kind of falls apart. A lot of people want it more like a muffin on the inside, and I'm not crazy about that. So let's just stir that up until all of that butter is mixed through. Now this is going to make enough for at least 4, maybe even 6 apples. I like to use Granny Smith. Use any kind of tart apple you'd like, something that's a nice baking apple. You don't want to use something that's soft. It becomes too mealy and almost mushy in the dish. You want something that will give you a little body. So let's take a nice Granny Smith. And what we want to do is take a little corer. If you don't have a corer, run a knife. But I'm going to take a corer and just run it straight down the center. Look at all that juice popping out. It's going to be a delicious apple. Now, the hole is not big enough for my filling. I like a little more spot in there. So I'm going to just kind of come off the side on the 4, let's say 4 corners of the round. 4 corners. I'm going to add a little more space for my filling. Because remember, you want to fill it. You don't want just a little tiny spot in your apple. Okay, so 1, and then right across from it. And you don't have to go through the whole apple either. You can come out and do half the apple if you want. That way your filling won't fall out the bottom. And the other 2 corners. There we go. Now these are so good to do, and I also love to fill pears like this. I love a pear dumpling, and you don't see a lot of pear dumplings. Pear dumplings tend to get a little bit softer, but they're so delicious. Now you can see I've got a nice big space right there. And I want to take a smaller teaspoon, something that you can really get down in there and push all of that filling into the hole. So let's just smush all the way down. Oh, I just love this. I can taste it already. And with that apple cider, oh, it's going to be incredible. I want to fill it up a little bit over the top. Just like that. And then let's set it on a sheet pan. And I have another one already done. Again, let's fill it all up. And these are quick to make. They are simple. You can use a pre-bought, pre-made, store brand pie crust, which is what I'm doing. You just want to make sure that you don't buy the one that's in the shell. You buy the one that's in the box and rolled. There we go. There's another. So let's go ahead and roll these, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Now here's my pie crust. It just unrolls. It's in a little roll. It's a round. So we want to roll it out and then cut it in two. And 1/2 should do 1 apple. Now I have my rolling pin here because I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than it is now. Let's just roll this so that it's just slightly wider than it is now. And you don't have to roll out on the sides, on the ends, because they're already pretty elongated. Now let's take our apple and sit it right in the center. Don't worry if some things fall out. Just tuck them right back in. And then you want to come up with one piece and just kind of bring it all the way around the sides. You're really making a very rough dumpling. These don't have to be perfect. The great thing is when you're making things for your family, they just need to be good. But if you want to make them for guests, you can take that pie shell round and cut a smaller circle and then bring it all up around, and it's beautiful. Then we're just going to make sure that we tuck and press all of our ends all the way around. Don't worry if it cracks when it bakes. That makes dumplings so special. All right, let's try the other one. We'll roll just a bit. That's the nice thing about the fat center in these rolling pins. You roll the middle, but you're not rolling the ends. Now let's bring that up, tuck it all around. Oh, these are going to taste so good with a little vanilla ice cream and this amazing wine. Wow. I just love a good apple dessert wine. There's nothing quite like it with an apple dessert. There we go. Now let's stick all those on a cookie sheet. We're going to bake them at 425 degrees for 25 minutes. That's easy to remember. 425, 425. What an incredible dessert. I just love these. Let's cut in so I can show you what it looks like inside. That crusty, beautiful pie crust. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That little filling, that perfectly cooked apple. I just love it. All right, let's give it a taste. Little of that ice cream. Gotta have that. And this beautiful apple dessert wine. Wow, that is so good. I love the creaminess of the apple, the ice cream, that crunchiness, that texture of the oatmeal. It's just perfect. So the next time you're looking for a great apple dessert or a great apple wine, put these two together. So good.